Hello, good morning. All right. Oh, wow. It went from 1 to 0 back to 1. Good morning. It's all good. Back up without looking back. Get out of my way. There was a dude walking, so I was a little cautious. You better scream a holla, because I ain't looking back. I don't look back. I focus on future. Oh, boy. So, sir, why did you run the man over? Because I don't look back. I'm focused on my future. Sir, you're driving a vehicle. You need to look all the directions that you're traveling. That just is common sense. I don't even believe in common sense. Yo, common sense is for people to think that stuff is common. That doesn't make much sense, but let me entertain you. Or not. All right, so 200, yo. This is what I was talking about. This is the massive 14,000 gallon. Okay, it's half a gallon, but still, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same as 14,000 gallons. When things get to their end, I never do it with milk because I don't drink milk. But I mean, I have milk. I just don't, you know. Anyway, this is pretty much towards the bottom. It's less than a serving. I know the bottle can be deceptive. So 200. This is my 200th video on YouTube. It's not my 200th live stream. That I would have to do a little bit of math because there were a handful of videos I uploaded. But this is my actual 200th video on YouTube. They add up. They add up. I wonder who has the most. I wonder if there's anybody with like 3.5 million videos or something. Just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not sure how you would even pull that off because you'd be, yeah, I don't know. It's a 10-second video. I don't know. Yeah, it seems weird. All right, that's it. Yeah. I don't know though. Thousands though. Thousands. Obviously, that's practical. Somebody that's been YouTubing for like 15 years and I've been doing 2 videos a day for 15 years. And that would add up, you know? Be like potentially like 9,000 videos or something, right? Roughly. A couple days off. Well, good morning, one person. Good morning. You don't have to say hello. So I did the diatomaceous earth this morning. I'm going to start that again. I'm going to do a teaspoon for a week and then 2 teaspoons the week after that, only in the mornings. Only in the mornings. So I'm going to start with a teaspoon every morning for 1 week. So today's Saturday. To say it out loud to remind myself. And then I'm going to move to 2 teaspoons the week after that. And by the end of the second week, See, I'm in good health right now. I don't have very many aches and pains. I have some. My hip gives me some trouble from time to time because I'm a lopsided being. Um, you know, it's just, what do you do when you're made lopsided? My legs are out, but apparently it's extremely common. I think they were like 17 millimeters off on the diag. I don't know. Not a big deal. But anyway, my hip hurts a little bit. My joints are doing decent. I take the glucosamine like 3 times a week now instead of every day. 2 or 3 times a week, just whenever I remember. Because I don't like to, you got to kind of ramp it up and then you can just do maintenance phase or whatever. I don't know. I'm making this up. I have no idea. I just take it when it feels like it might be needed again. Feeling kind of crinkly, like I need some oil. Like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. That's what glucosamine is like. It's like oil to the robot. I don't know. That's just my way of interpreting it. It works. It's really good stuff. You're not going to say hello. You're not going to wave. You're not going to give a thumbs up. You're just going to stalk. Who do you think you are? Who do I think you are? Who do I think you are? I think it's just fun to juxtapose things. A lot of people out this morning. People that think that they have something to do. I'm going to work. What are you guys doing? So there's that. I like to read a book or watch a video series that really breaks down each element of a house, regardless of size or scope, just a house. The foundation, its purposes, it's what is required of it. Like to the degree of PSI, does it need to be able to, some of this stuff is no brainer. I get it, but just how the design of a foundation can withstand vibrations from the earth, lateral forces, vertical forces, whatever, shifting in the ground, whatever. So I would love a book or a video series that really breaks down. Good. You kept some of the more beautiful trees. That's good. But are you hearing me? Like, something that breaks it down so that my creative mind can dispel and do away with some of my fantastic ideas that aren't actually that fantastic. And so that I can enhance some other ideas. Because I've been thinking about foundations, alternative foundations. I've also been thinking about just all the different ways, just putting stuff together, and everything has to add up with extreme margins. You just want tons of margin because you have to add other factors in, whether or not it's rain or snow or wind or whatever. Bro, you get out of my way. You were behind me. Out of your mind. Sip my drink. Chilling. The ceiling's not high enough. I've got to like duck down. It's kind of funny. It's a little bit funny. $200 videos. I mean, on average, probably across the scope of all of them, probably 40 minutes on average across all the videos. I've done some 2 and 3 hour ones. I've done some 30-minute, 15-minute ones. Vast majority of them are about 40 minutes. So I think it would all even out in the end, around 40, 45 minutes. These people are just so funny. Alrighty. We'll call that done. D-O-N-E. Donnie. See me kind of crank back. Now I just get to survey my mirrors and stay away from psychopaths. The primary goal on the road is if I see any sketchy business, I just stay away. Yep. So we did a interesting stream last night. It went in directions. Different people, different personalities, and different ideas. It can go. The sky is the limit. That's the name of last night's video. I knew that was a apt title. Dude, what is going on? Why do you, what is the purpose of you dropping to 45? Why? But why though? Just your horse? You have a horse in there? I mean, I do want to go the speed limit. We've talked about this. Look at me like you're some crazy Irishman. I'm telling you what, he had a snarled upper lip, real bug eyes. I'm not making fun of the guy, he's just making a face like. It wasn't a natural look. Okay there, bud. Chill out. You know? I'm just going around you because you're now traveling 10 miles below the speed limit. So I've kind of set my mind on doing a little, I don't know. I kind of want to do a little bit of a pendulum swing at work. You know, I have the opportunity to just hit the average and be unseen and fade away into nothing. But I'm tempted. I'm tempted to kind of just scrap the whole idea and just explode the numbers. Just be like, oh, you wanted me to do 10? Oh yeah, I mean I did 17 today, but you know, it's fine. I'll try and do better tomorrow. 10? Yeah. I'll try. I'll try to do another 10. Try and hit 20. I mean, it's not like it can't be done. I've heard stories about other people hypothetically in an 8-hour day doing over 20. You guys have no context for what I'm talking about. A thing that takes, on average, 1 hour each. And trying to crank that down. I mean, I can do some elements are see, the way that this thing works, we talked about time the other day, but the way that my job works is it requires immense focus, just nonstop focus, because every moment of distraction is loss of efficiency and time, which is probably true of pretty much every job, but, well, maybe not every. But, so there's that. Just, I'll put it down, you know, whatever. So there's that. And then you can do the thing in like 7 minutes if you're just click, 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 type, 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 click, 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 type, type, click, type, click, type, click, type, click, type, click, type, 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 click, click, type, type, click, 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 type. Done. But it's how you manage the loading time of all the different processes and how you can overlap your activities enough to just shave off the time. I mean, getting 3 done every hour would be just amazing. But also just a lot of, and you have to have good organization and stuff, which I've finally honed my organization down. I've distilled it down to the least. All right, so we'll move on to a different topic that might interest y'all a little bit more. Even though, we got 2 people here now. The one person is still a secret because that's just how they. Good morning, Legal Can-Am. I don't always rant about tiny hats. I just don't wear hats. I used to when I was in high school, not tiny ones. However, when I was in college, I did wear, some people call them a toboggan, but it was a Armani small one. Like some of them, you know, you could like practically pull them down over your eyes. This one was literally, I guess you call it a skull cap, because it was literally just just big enough to barely even cover my ears. And I liked it though, but I think I liked it because I thought I was cool for wearing Armani. I think that's pretty much the main reason why I like wearing it. No other big reason. Except sometimes wearing the hat thing was kind of fun. Just, you know, the hair. You didn't have to worry about your hair. So there's that. I grew my hair out a couple of times in college. And then I shaved it off. And it stayed shaved off. What is this, Milo and Otis? What is going on? Basket floating in the water. Like good old Milo and Otis situation going on. Which, by the way, I had no idea that Milo and Otis was like totally an Asian film that then later got turned into, just hijacked for the English. It's just kind of weird. You watch the end of the movie and you're like, oh, those are all Asian names. This was originally I wonder what the meaning of this movie was to the Asians. Because Milo and Otis, guys, like such a happy little movie, and then you think, wait, maybe it wasn't happy at all. Maybe it was like really dark and twisted. And I'm only saying that because, you know, there's a lot of dark and twisted Asian flicks. And sensual weirdness. I mean, there's just a lot of weirdness. Different culture. Who am I to say it's weird? That was a big eye roll. But anyway, good morning, Legal Can-Am Bear. I'm missing the second half of the sentence because I'm trying to stay alive. But you get it. I'm glad you're here. Might be news to you that I have a Patreon now. And it's patreon.com/gospelbearer. And that's actually what it's about to talk about. Is I'm trying to really make up my mind about what my first episode is going to be. And I hope to do it either this evening or tomorrow. And it's either going to be on brewing something, maybe kombucha, maybe something else, or the kimchi thing. So, or something else. But I kind of want to do something that is fun and interactive. And then, law permitting, I want to send the fruits of the labor to my patrons that are on Patreon. So there's some logistical issues with that. It's not going to work out every time, but I think that the way that I'll do it is the highest patron or Patreon or whatever. I don't know. We'll either do a raffle or it'll just be the person in the highest position is the winner. I have 4 or 5 categories. I think 4. But anyway, I plan on doing a whole lot of different things. The building situation, I plan on including, obviously, because there are people that know a lot of stuff. For instance, Breath of Fresh Bear, he says he can build a house, like all the way, start to finish. And I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting it at all. But there are a lot of people, such as myself, that have only barely done anything in the realm of building. I was a construction laborer, so I was around it, and that was only for like half a year. And I got to do some stuff, siding and framing and you know, different simple things. And I got to see the process over and over again in different settings. I get the gist of a lot of it. I can figure stuff out pretty well. But the start to finish of it, I could write down all the steps. I assume I'd miss some. And especially when it comes to big picture, you need exactly this many. Like I understand like the whole 18 inches, but then sometimes some homes do 24 inches between the studs. Stuff like that. Those details are the ones that I still want to learn about and find out why they exist. Like I get it, obviously, why, like the general sense of why 18 is better than 24. But I want to know if the difference between the two is based on material or is it based on something else? Is it about vertical pressure and support, or is there also something else in mind? That's why I was talking about wanting some type of like really good breakdown of the ins and outs, but without like getting too like, I don't want somebody to start talking to me about the brand of screws that they're using or the different types of caulk. I'm not into that. Like, obviously that's important at some stage, but I'm talking about the general principles of each building stage. Tell me about the components of a foundation and why certain things need to be a certain way. And then we'll move on to the next thing. Setting up for plumbing, which is incorporated in the foundation oftentimes, and all that stuff. But anyway, what does that have to do with anything? It's part of what I'm interested in regards to farm unity. And I think that incorporating that, me building something in my backyard or whatever, would be fun to film the process of. I'm interested in not reinventing the wheel per se, but showing people how to like make their own collapsible home. Something that is almost portable. Like, hey, how could we make a teepee and actually have it like set up and break down, and you could do it too. Just something. I'm fascinated by so many different things, and these are fun projects that I want to do. But then on a completely different spectrum, one of the things that I'm excited to do that I know will take time because there's not a lot of brave people or stupid. I don't know. It's either brave or stupid or both. It's not stupid. It's just socially inappropriate. There we go. It's not stupid. It's socially inappropriate to reveal vulnerable aspects of yourself publicly for the sake of the benefit of others. And that's something else I want to do. Let me further explain so you know what I'm talking about. Make sure everybody's still here. Well, thank you for the one thumbs up, even though two of you are here and one of you just refuses to do the thumbs up thing or say anything. Hey, John, welcome. Maybe that one secret person left. It's all good. So, live counseling under the guise of consultation. The guise is obvious, though. Everybody knows it's a guise. Everybody. I'm not using the word guise in a negative way. I'm just saying we all think about it in regards of consultation for the sake of lightening the mood, but inevitably there would be elements of counseling that would be touched. Because really that's what consulting is it's just counseling by another name. And nobody's sitting on couches. They're sitting at a business table, like a boardroom table or something with notepads and nice fancy ink pens as they talk about stuff and pretend it's not counseling. That's what consulting is. And obviously counselors don't talk about, I'm not saying that counseling is consulting, but I am saying that consulting has many components of counseling. It doesn't go the other way very much. But consulting has way more counseling than counseling has consulting. Does that make sense? But anyway, I want to do some live consulting, and it will require either one or many individuals that are willing to be publicly vulnerable to a small community. You know, I'm not the kind of person that's ever going to have a million subscribers on Patreon or YouTube or any of that. It's not ever going to happen. But it would be funny if it did, just because I said never. It would just be kind of funny. But anyway, okay. Got a poppin'. This morning is poppin'. So anyway, that's a kind of a near future thing that I want to do with Patreon. And I think I just saw Major Payne. The Damon, was that Damon Wayans? Some of you are way too young to know what the heck I'm talking about when I say Major Payne. But the trooper, the state trooper that was walking back to his car, I think I saw a little twinkle in his eye, a little Major Payne twinkle. You could just tell. Major Payne, guys. Oh boy, it was funny. It's all good. But yeah, the consulting thing is legit. I think it'd be really beneficial for a community of people to be able to gain knowledge and wisdom and encouragement from being able to share. I can never tell what. Oh, okay. Well, amazing. It's hard to tell what lane people are in. So that one day somebody was talking, hey, 2 thumbs up, yay. Somebody was like making fun of me speaking in tongues, and I'm pretty sure as time went on, I finally realized that they were probably talking about my special language when I yawn. I invented my own little language to communicate my feelings while I yawn. I'm not being very serious right now, but maybe some of you can relate. Maybe some of you utter or try to utter certain words for the kicks and giggles of it. What are kicks and giggles? Is this referring to a baby? Because the only thing that I can think of that's like kicking around and giggling is a little baby. So kicks and giggles for kicks and giggles. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. I wonder where that comes from. And if a baby, why? You can't see that I'm wearing jeans, but I never wear jeans to work. But on Saturday, my work is more laid back. It's an auxiliary campus from the main company, and they're just more laid back with the rules and dress code and all that. So guys wear jeans all week long, and I wear dress pants and some nice shirt or whatever. You see what I wear, but I always wear dress pants, which you might not know that part. But on Saturday, people wear T-shirts and just whatever they want, basically. Seeing people in shorts, and I wear jeans and still a nice top, nice-ish, but maybe a level lower, because just like to keep it. I keep it 100. It's a hard word to say. 100. 100. 100. Wah, wah. I keep it 100. What, Hunter? You keep one hunter? What are you saying? If it weren't for the profanity, I think it'd be funny to take some rap songs and just do reaction videos to rap songs, and try to interpret what they're singing about. That would be a lot of fun because I know a lot about the inner workings of what they're singing about. Some of it's really simple. Some of it can be deep. Even when they say 100, I'll keep it 100. 100. What language is that? Wahana? Wahana? What is this? Hawaiian? What's going on here? I don't understand what is actually going on. Help me understand. Yeah, guys, I'm tangential. You know, and gentle, but primarily a tangential kind of guy. You know, and I'm not very tan, so I don't understand why I'm tangential but not tan. I am gentle, but I'm not tan, but I am tangential. You guys figure it out. I don't even know. I don't even know. But I'm tanner than I have been because, you know, I live in Florida now and I get outside quite a bit, like at least an hour a day, which is a lot for me, historically speaking. All right, let's wrap this up. Check out your comments and say arrivederci. 3 and 3. That's what I'm talking about. And just so many comments. No, it's fine. Good morning, everybody. John Nada, I subbed to say hello, just for the record, for anybody that watches this video and doesn't know why I subscribed to you. I say subscribe. How else am I going to say, hey, what's going on? Hey, do you get it? Because my channel is for those that don't get it but want to, or those that get it and want to keep on getting it. What is he talking about? If you don't get it, that's fine. I want you to get it. And I do break it down. It's basically, you know, love God and love the things that he loves. So that's what I'm talking about. 16-inch on center for studs in most homes down south, at least. Yeah, I know. But then there's other homes that do it differently, and I wonder why. Is it because of wind speed ratings? Is it for insulation purposes? Yeah, there's all these different things. You said 16 and I was saying 18. Is that what was going on? I got you. Maybe I was saying 18, 16-inch. But what about 12? I mean, every time you change that number, you're changing the number of studs you're going to be using and the building, the cost of the building. But I'm just wondering, well, what if you used, what if you did skeleton? You built the cube out of steel. So the square and the square and the four corners and one center support in each of the four walls, and then 2 diagonals in each of the walls, and then the rest you did wooden studs, or you wouldn't even need to. Like, is there a way to really, like, you got one chart and then you have the other chart and you want to do what hits in the middle because that's the sweet spot of cost savings? But then what about how metal and wood interact with each other? Not interact, but you know what I'm saying. Like, what's the longevity? I don't know. And then I saw this video last night, just because I like watching different building videos, and they used earth, like dirt, combined with concrete. And instead of 3,000 psi, it had 1,600 psi. But they built their walls 24 inches thick, and that created a solar, like a thermal mass. That's the word, because of the earth contents. Like if it was just concrete, concrete doesn't act as a good thermal mass compared to when you include the dirt. So that's why they do that. And 1,600 psi was like more than high enough, and 24 inches just more than enough. And the thermal mass, it collects heat all day and then redistributes it within the home. All these different things. I mean, there's just so many different ways to build a home, and it's very much dependent on your climate, all that stuff. But I want to do this stuff, but I want to do it voluntarily. You know, when you have to do it for work, it takes the fun out of it. No, I mean, I know it's hard work either way, but doing it as a side project does appeal to me. Every little bit, like digging the trenches for the foundation. That's, that's fine. I've done post hole digging. I've done all that, I know how to do the work, but one step at a time, and understanding the steps and the intricate details and the necessities and all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to get resources on. And I can't do a lot of that right now because I live at a place that I rent. But, one day, hopefully sooner than later. That's my point. And farm unity. Farm unity. So. Yeah. And hurricane strips and all that stuff. It's good. I always would want to overbuild to some degree. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and knock this day of work out. Impress no one. Just work as unto the Lord. And I feel good. I feel like I slept more hours than existed, because I woke up at 6. I went to bed around 12:30, 12:15, 12:30ish. And I feel like I slept. By 3 a.m., I was like, oh, what? And then I woke up at 4, and I woke up at 5, and I woke up at 5:30, and I woke up then finally at 6 when my alarm was going off. And I'm like, I feel like I slept a long night. It was like almost like supernatural sleep last night. Like my head is clear, doesn't hurt. It's just weird. My eyes, I feel great. Very strange. Normally I'd be a little groggy or whatever, pain in my eyes or head with 5.5, 6 hours of sleep. But I'll let you know at the end of the workday. I'll tell you guys how it went and how I did, and all that. So check out patreon.com/gospelbearer. The link is in the description, and that way you can get in early, because it makes no difference at all. And I'm just saying that for the fun of it. But if you do want to support, there are multiple tiers for all walks of life. And I do plan on including a lot of fun stuff there and taking suggestions. And yeah. You've heard some of the ideas, but it'll only get better. Time and effort and work. Everybody have a great day. Always read your Bible. Pray without ceasing.